Have you ever wondered how much it costs to live in Spain for one whole month? Whether you're planning a trip to Spain, considering moving abroad, or you're just curious of how much it actually costs to live here in Spain, then this vlog is for you. Can you live in Spain on under 1,000 euros a month? Well, I tracked all my personal expenses throughout April, and today I'm going to break them down for you to give you a rough idea of how much it costs to live in Spain. So a quick intro, I'm 25 years old, living with my partner in Cala de Mijas, and this is a beautiful but pricey area on the coast of southern Spain. We do split the cost 50-50, and although some months are more expensive than others, this is solely based on what I spent last April. So just to clarify, this is a more expensive area. If you were to go more inland of Spain to areas such as Alorin or Goin, it would be a bit cheaper. So this is just so you can get an idea of how much it costs in a popular beach town destination. I'm not a materialistic girl, so most of my spending is on practical stuff and not flashy things. But let's get into it, shall we? So let's start with the biggest expense, rent. So I pay my half of the rent, which comes in at 500 euros per month. So we are paying, I would say, on the lower side for the location we are in, but around this area it is on average about 1,000 and 1,500 euros a month for your rent in the Cala area. And like I said, if you go more inland, then it will be a little bit cheaper, or you'll get better value for money. Then we've got the electricity bill. So this has gone up since January as they have added more tax on top, and now we pay about 45 euros each per month on electric. And then we have a water bill. So this comes in every 3 months at around about 50 euros per 3 months. So I'm not going to count that in today's expense. Next up, we have groceries, so food shopping. This comes in at 160 euros a month. So we used to spend a little bit more, but I've just been cutting down on some snacks and things like that. But we have really noticed in the last few years, and especially the last few months, the prices of food have gone up a lot in the supermarkets. So I have been shopping around a bit, and my personal favourite now is Aldi. I have found Aldi to be the cheapest and best quality meat. For reference, I used to shop in Mercadona all the time, and I still do for some bits, but the prices have just gone up a lot in Mercadona and the quality of meat isn't as good. And for any of you that don't know what Mercadona is, that is the main Spanish supermarket here in Spain. Now we have the gym. So my gym membership comes in at 50 euros per month, and this is average for the area, but if you were to go to places like Fuengirola, for example, and bigger towns, they come in at around 30 to 40 euros for the month. Or you could just go and work out at the beach or at home, and then you just get free fitness. Next up is my phone bill. So this is £12.99 a month. I use a company called Lobster, which gives me 100 gigabytes and unlimited calls to most countries every single month. So I can highly recommend this company. I've been using them for a couple of years. Now we have subscriptions. So I paid for a basic Spotify subscription that comes in at 13 euros a month, and then your other usual iCloud storage and some apps on your phone that come in around 15 euros per month. So that's all on the subscriptions. So now we have beauty. So on beauty, I spend 60 euros a month. And I know I said I'm not like a materialistic kind of gal, but I have been getting laser hair removal for the last 2 years, so I am nearly finished, so hopefully this won't be an expense for much longer. But I just thought for you girlies who like to get your nails and eyelashes done, then this would be a similar expense. So for example, if you want to get your gel nails done here in Spain, I think it's roughly 30 euros. And if you want to get your eyelashes done, then that's around 60 euros. But again, I don't get this done, so I think every place can vary. But if you'd like to know the cost of beauty treatments here in Spain, I have no problem finding out for you. Now, fuel. I'm gonna say I spend 10 euros a month on fuel. So I don't really drive anywhere anymore because I live in walking distance to almost everywhere. But at my last job, I used to spend 300 euros a month on fuel. So I don't miss that. But just so you guys can get a context of how much it costs roughly, if you go to big petrol stations like the BP, Galp or Shell garage, it comes in around 150 a litre on diesel, by the way. And petrol's a little bit more expensive. And then if you go to smaller self-service garages, ones that don't have any shops, this comes in at about $1.20 a litre. I don't know if cheaper fuel is worth for your car, but I've been using it for a while and my car is still running. So a very important one is medical insurance, and I pay €0 for medical insurance. I get my healthcare here free in Spain as I live and work here, but I thought this would be a good one for people that want private healthcare or can't get the free healthcare. So this comes in at roughly 30 to 70 euros a month, but that all depends on what healthcare you go for and your age and things like that. So one company that I can recommend, because my family and I did used to use it when I was younger, is Sanitas, and that is highly recommended and used along the coast. So last but not least, we have going out fun money. So this is a big variable depending on what I'm doing each month, but April was quite quiet, so coming at a total 160 euros I spent on going out and fun money. So just so you guys can get a reference of how much things are cost, we have things like coffee. This comes in about 170 to 250 depending on where you go. Having breakfast out can cost you anywhere between 7 and 10 euros. Lunches between 10 and 15 euros, and dinners range from about 20 to 30 euros. Again, this is based on more like basic restaurants and cafes, so obviously if you went to a fancier place then it would be more expensive. And then we have some things like your sunbeds down at the beach. So not the beach clubs, but your regular sunbeds. They're about 8 to 8.50 this year. And then you have also activities that you might want to do, such as paddleboarding, going to the water park, the zoo. These come in at roughly about 20 plus euros per person for the day. But there are plenty of free things to do here in Spain, and I am thinking of doing a whole vlog on this soon of free things to do in Spain, so stay tuned for that one as well. So altogether, my total in April came in at 1,013 euros. And honestly, this is still a little bit more than I'd like to be spending, but when I actually look at my whole cost, I haven't got much excess room to take things out. Minimum wage in Spain is just over 1,300 euros a month. Yes, I know it's not a lot, but that still means you can live here on around about 1,000 euros a month. It is totally possible, but you would have to be mindful in your spending. What I have realised is it is really helpful to track your spending and write everything down, because there's always some room that you can cut back on some things, but at the same time you've got to live a little too. So my total is on the lower side. I didn't have much expenses throughout April, but it does depend on what kind of lifestyle you live. So if you do want to live in Spain because of the weather and the country and the people, then you can do it on a budget. You just got to restrict going out and drinking out and eating out all the time. But if you do like that lifestyle, then bear in mind your expenses will be a lot higher than the ones that I've mentioned in this video. So that is my honest breakdown of living in Spain on roughly 1,000 euros a month. So I don't know, what did you guys think? Were you surprised? Did you think it would be more or less? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how much you guys spend a month without being too intrusive, but if you'd like to share, let me know in the comments and your thoughts, or if you're considering moving abroad to Spain. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. I've got a lot more videos like this coming of coastal adventures and budgeting tips and what it's like to really live in Spain as a local. So I'll catch you next time. Bye.